All right, I'm doing this tests on page 21 of the user manual um, for the Dynaco ST-150, and one of the first tests is to remove all 6 fuses. So it's the 2 speaker fuses and the 4 B plus, B minus fuses there, as I've done. And you measure the from the bottom of the B plus and the B minus fuses, and you're supposed to get greater than 4,000 ohms on the ground. So when I pulled this out, I tried it last night, and both fuses on the right hand side are blown. These fuses are good. The right channel or left channel is working. So this is the left channel side where we've got the amp facing backwards. And it worked just fine. So I know the left side of the board here is good. So I've been doing some comparison readings between the transistors, the 3, Q4, Q5, Q6, and they seem to be okay. I've got a jury-rigged 270 ohm, and that of course is still popping when I put the resistor or the meter, and I'm measuring milliamps between F201, fuse to F201 between the top and the bottom, plus on here, minus on the bottom. And basically what's happening is the fuse craps out. Now what I did was I read this other paragraph here, and I didn't actually remove these. I just went straight to the output transistors. And what I've done is I've measured, and I'm hoping I'm measuring it right because I've never done this before. But I'm measuring between, how do I point this without, I gotta be able to see it. There we go. So this is the ground, and it actually shares these 3 terminals, which I guess is grounded to the case. And then the 2 transistor posts are here, and you've got a diode actually in between the one side to the ground. So what I did was I measured from my negative to positive on the multimeter, resistance and resistance to there, and I get good resistances in I don't know, it's around 5 kiloohms or something like that. Can't remember the exact numbers, but I was actually getting good resistances here and here, and I was also getting it the same on the other transistor on the left side down here. When I go over to here, I'm basically reading between this ground here and that, I'm only getting about 30 ohms, and I'm actually getting that on both transistors, output transistors. And over here, I'm basically, it's 0 ohms, so it's 0.1 ohms or whatever. Same with this one to that one. So I'm suspecting that I fried the output transistors somehow. Not sure. Well, I guess, it might have been a solder splash. I looked very, very carefully at the traces, and I've been doing all kinds of continuity measurements and the like. And I think I've got her all cleaned up pretty darn good. But again, if I put the fuses in, and it's maybe because these things are shorted, that it's causing the resistor, the 270 ohm resistor, which is right here, which is R116, is frying every time I plug it in. And lately, I've just been blowing the fuses, and actually both the B plus and the B minus fuse, so F202 and F201. So I am just at wit's end. So I guess my question is, would the 2 blown output transistors cause that resistor to overheat and burst? And would it cause the 2 fuses down here, if I left that on long enough, to also fry out, considering both transistors are now reading, I think, as dead, but I may actually even be measuring them wrong. So So really what I'm doing is putting it on the ohm setting and measuring from that post to that post and to that post to that post. And on both of those I'm getting very, very low resistances, 0 ohms or 30 ohms. And I'm getting high resistances on these two transistors. So if somebody can answer that for me, I would be greatly appreciative. And should I also be, you know, I've measured all three of these transistors, and they all measure the same on this side, using an ohm meter between the base, the collector and the emitter, and all the values from that side to that side. So I think all of those transistors are good. The only thing that continually fries is R116, maybe because of the transistors. I don't know. So next thing I'm going to do before I put the fuses back in is I'm going to measure these voltages just to make sure my transformer is still up to spec, which I suspect it is. I don't know. I'm sort of lost from where to go from here. So thank you.